So in today's video, I will be exposing Kyrie Irving, Mike Epps, and their other characters. Make sure you guys stay tuned throughout this entire video to watch all the characters that I'm exposing, including their immortal character involved in this group. So 3 years ago, I exposed these two characters. It was a very short video lacking so many details, but now I'm coming with all the details, all the comparisons, and everything is way better. So make sure you guys watch all the way through, and make sure you guys like this video, comment, and share this video to anybody that needs to wake up. So before we get into everything, I have this new series on Patreon that many of the members are loving, which is WWE Characters Exposed. This is my new series of 2026. You guys have been asking me for a very long time, Divine, expose WWE wrestlers, expose them, and now here we are, and we're getting videos consistently exposing those characters. So the first video of that series started off with exposing Roman Reigns and all of his characters. Guys, he has so many characters. Join, watch, unlock. All right, then the next video of that series is exposing Jade Cargill. So many characters again, from a mortal character to even a man character. Come on. So it's a really good series, so much to decode, so much to unlock. And if you want to go deeper, you want to get past just talking about characters, join the Celestial or the Enlightenment tier, where I talk about Star Seeds, Chosen Ones, Black Sheep, Scapegoats, whatever you want to call yourself, main characters, whatever you want to call yourself. Anyone that feels like they are awakened and they feel like their life is set up for something different and everybody around them seems like a complete idiot or a bot, go and check out the entire Enlightenment and Celestial tier series, where I talk about Starseeds, game stalking, NPCs, all that type of stuff. We get deeper on this tier. This is the most recent video on there, and I know you guys love this video, and it's called Warning, Starseeds Do Not Effing Date NPCs, and I really get deep in this video, okay? And this should just kind of give you a short explanation of what this type of content is actually about. And don't fall for the labels. Starseed is just a label that I'm using. You can call yourself whatever you feel like you are. And with the Enlightenment and Celestial tier, you also get access to all of these videos, okay? It's all included. And we have so many videos. We have like 130 something videos on there right now, okay? And it's growing consistently. A recent project that Conscious X and I started is Gematriaworld.com. Gematriaworld.com is where we have our Gematria calculator that has 18 ciphers, a match feature, and unlimited save history. And yes, guys, it's only $1.99 a month, okay? That is insane. And we're still adding on to this website as time goes on, so it's only going to get better. Shout out to all the people who got the calculator, who love it, who use it religiously, who are waking up and understanding the codes of this matrix and the system that we're in. You have to understand everything is ruled based off numbers, all right? We do this in our videos where we show the gematria, we show the meaning behind things, and there's even numbers connected to you. Understand that. You're not exempt from this just because these characters are connected to things. You are also interconnected to numbers. And since we're on the topic of numbers, I recommend you guys go and hit me up on the Celestial tier on Patreon so you guys can get a numerology reading. I've done over like 100 readings now, and so many people's lives have changed. And if you're into numerology, I have the 2026 numerology calendar so you can know the daily energy of each day and know how to maneuver without being caught off guard. All right, understand each day is connected to energy. Always understand that. And you can pair that with my numerology ebook, aka my numerology guide, that explains each number, the energy associated with it. And if you're still confused, lucky for you, I have 2 free lectures on Patreon. They're pretty long. They're 2 really good lectures explaining how to use a calendar, how to understand the energies of each day, and how to maneuver. All right, so let's get into this video. Here's a new side-by-side comparison that I made of these 2 characters. And guys, do you see how identical they look? This is insane. Now, these 2 photos are also used on the thumbnail, and it's kind of cropped right now, but the jacket that Mike Epps is wearing, so it has the NBA symbol on there, right? This is a format of emitting. This is a format of also damage control, okay? Because this is way after the video that I made on these 2 characters. They look identical. Never mistake their photos as being organic or natural. It's not. It's intentional, okay? It is no way all these characters should have photos that match up to their other characters identically. I mean, some photos are posing the same, they're dressed the same, you know, everything's the same on them. The same thing I say for the female characters is the hair, the makeup, all that stuff be the same. Well, same thing with the male characters, as we see right here. similar amount of facial hair, okay? Both posing very similar. I've mentioned this video time after time, which is the Central C and Eminem video, where I first explained how they're just recreating their previous characters' photos, okay? You have to understand that. Here's another side-by-side comparison of these two characters, similar face expression going on. They look identical to each other, and people refute this every single time. And you have to understand that Kyrie is a character. A lot of people in the quote-unquote woke movement or whatever, or people that think they're conscious or whatever, character to being like their savior or something, or he's saying something for them when he's not. He's fake, he's fictitious, he is not here to help you in any way, shape, or form, okay? He is a character. He's no different than the rest of them, okay? Understand that. Another side-by-side comparison, they're so easy to match up. So let's get into connections between these two characters. Kyrie Irving is 6'2". Well, look at this. Mike Epps is also 6'2". Now, I'm pointing this out because they do keep the height the same, but understand this. If their height's not the same, if their skin color's not the same, that does not dismiss the fact that they're the same character, okay? I have so many videos with characters, one who's black, one who's white, or a character that's a midget and characters that are like 6 foot tall, right? That stuff doesn't matter. But whenever they do have the same height, it's a connection of them keeping things the same with the characters. But things don't always need to be the same for them to be the same, okay? Understand that. And if you guys are still confused about that, I have an entire series on Patreon where I expose how these characters are made. I play Sims with you guys, showing how they are designed. Then I have the NBA Youngboy and Nicki Minaj music video decoded and show how the characters are actually literally brought to the physical, basically, okay? So if you're confused by all that stuff, go and watch that. We're all figuring this out together as time goes on. Do not dismiss two characters being the same based off height, gender, race, all that stuff. Those sometimes are distractions. And when I point it out, like I said, I'm pointing it out because they are intentionally keeping things the same on the two characters, okay? It was intentionally done. So go and watch those two videos if you're confused on how these characters are made. Now let's get into more connections between these two characters. Kyrie Irving was born in 1992. Well, what was going on in 1992 for Mike Epps? In 1992, Mike Epps, his character was presented on the world stage, like on a grander scale, of course. And this was actually very hard to find for some reason. They say that his character was first shown in 1995. When you go to the date of the episode where Mike Epps was presented, the episode came out July 1st, 1992, okay? 1992 is when Mike Epps was actually first presented. Let's just be honest here. I don't know why they are lying saying 1995. So he was first presented in 1992. Kyrie Irving was born in 1992. Think about that. This is from Def Comedy Jam, and it was season 7, episode 9, and the release date was July 1st, 1992, okay? So that's insane that they're just saying 1995, but it was 1992. And his other character, Kyrie, was made, aka born, in 1992. See the connections there? So his career starts and his other character is born / made. That's a crazy connection. Now let's talk about the year 2011. Jumping the Broom came out in 2011 and Mike Epps is in there. And Hangover Part 2 came out in 2011. Mike Epps is also in that. 2011 was the same year that Kyrie Irving was drafted. I'm pointing this out because they're always active the same year that their other character has some type of big milestone going on, okay? That is a common scene connection between these characters, all characters, not just these two. So Kyrie Irving was born March 23rd. Pay attention to 23 in this. Elliot, which is the middle name of Mike Epps, equals 23 in a Chaldean cipher. This Gematria is coming from my website, gematriaworld.com. Go and check it out. His name is Michael Elliott. So Elliot equals 23 in a Chaldean cipher. Kyrie was born on the 23rd. Come on, they do this stuff all the time. Andrew, which is the middle name of Kyrie Irving, also equals 23 in a Chaldean cipher. What is the chances that two characters who are the same, their middle names would equal 23 in a Chaldean cipher, and Andrew, which is the middle name of Kyrie Irving was going to be born on the 23rd, which means they're scripted to their birthday. You have to understand this. Everything about their life is scripted to them, okay? You could actually sit and do a bunch of gematria with one character in its entire life, not connecting it to any other character, just itself, and you'll see that they're extremely connected to their own life. So Kyrie, as I said, his middle name is Andrew. Andrew equals 23. Elliot is the middle name of Mike Epps. It equals 23, all in Chaldean cipher. And Kyrie Irving is born on the 23rd. Andrew, which is the middle name of Kyrie, matches to Epps with 65 or 56, whichever way you want to see it in the ordinal cipher, because it has the same value at the end of the day. It's just reverse the two numbers, and that's another way things can connect. So Mike Epps is born on the 18th. Irvin equals 18 in the Chaldean cipher. Again, the names matching to their birthdays via gematria. We see that the day that Kyrie was born, which was the 23rd, matches to Elliot, the middle name of Mike Epps, which is this other character, with 23 in gematria, Chaldean cipher to be exact. Now we're seeing this happen vice versa, where the date that Mike Epps was born, which is the 18th, matches to his other character's last name, because his other character's last name, Irvin, equals 18 in the Chaldean cipher, and he's born on the 18th. Now let's get into their immortal character, mainly Mike Epps' immortal character, because he looks identical to him, and this is Patrice. And Patrice and Mike Epps look identical to each other. Keep in mind, this was the former prime minister of Congo. So again, they always have a character involved in politics, whether it was many centuries ago or whatever, years ago, decades ago. They always have a character involved in different sectors of life, and people have to understand that, all right? They're not just comedians and actors and basketball players and stuff like that. They're also people in position as politicians, okay? Which shows that this is all just a complete joke or some type of, play or something, because they're all just plain roles. So this is a side-by-side comparison of Patrice and Mike Epps, and they look so much alike. Look at the glasses. So you guys just think that Mike Epps just randomly started wearing glasses that look exactly the same as his base character, his immortal character at that? You guys just think that that's random? That's not random. It is intentionally done. Understand that. Everything they do is intentional. It's not unconsciously done. It is purposely done. And look how much they match up. It was so easy to make side-by-side comparisons between these two characters. Another side-by-side comparison. Is this a joke? Like, this is in people's face. They look so much alike, especially as they age the Mike Epps character and put these glasses on him. He just looks identical to his other character. Another side-by-side comparison. Very easy to match up these two characters. Now let's get into connections with dates and the numbers. So this is where things get really crazy. Patrice was born July 2nd, 1925. I want you guys to pay attention to July and 25. I told you guys that Mike Epps was actually presented July 1st, 1992. Well, let's pay attention to all of this. July is the month where Mike Epps was actually presented, okay? His base character, Patrice, was born in July. Did you guys notice that connection? The month July. Another thing, Patrice was born in 1925. Pay attention to the 25. The episode that Mike Epps was shown on in 1992 was exactly 25 minutes long. His other character, his base character, his former character, was born in 1925. And if we want to get even crazier with this, July is the 7th month. He was shown on season 7. So that's an even crazier connection. So let's get deeper with this. Patrice died at 35. Kyrie, who's Patrice down the line, because after all, it took Patrice's character to make Mike Epps, then to make Kyrie. So down the line, they're connected. And proof they're connected is this. Look, Kyrie is born March 23rd. March is the 3rd month. 2 plus 3 is 5. This is numerology right here, right? So that's 35. Their immortal character in this group died at 35. Their other characters born 5 basically, because 23 breaks down to 5. You have to decode this stuff. You have to notice these riddles. They're in your face. Now, another character involved in this group of characters is Mac Dre. And here's a side-by-side comparison of Mac Dre and Mike Epps. One thing that we can point out is the first letter of their stage name both starts with a M, okay? Mac and Mike. Another side-by-side comparison, I've noticed that this Mac Dre character is a complete joke, and that's a connection in itself to the other character. We see that Mac Dre was born in, ironically, July, and I just brought up all the July connections, but we need to focus on the fact that he was born in 1970. That is the same year that Mike Epps was born, okay? They're always connected in some way, shape, or form. Mac Dre died November. Mike Epps was born in November. Are you guys noticing these connections? Here's a side-by-side comparison of Kyrie and Lakeith. I have an older video exposing Lakeith's character because he has so many different faces. But one thing I noticed when I was working on this video, I could not ignore how much Kyrie is mixed with him. They look a lot alike. Just look at this side-by-side comparison. So they are always admitting who their other character is. I brought this connection up in my video 3 years ago. There's this movie called Uncle Drew, which is again surrounding the concept of basketball, and Kyrie's in the movie, and then his other character, which is Mike Epps, is also in this movie but wearing a disguise. This is them admitting things in plain sight, but also trying to like cover it up, but they're also admitting things in people's face because they're the same, and it's just sick. They always admit this stuff, and I explained it more in my video from 3 years ago. And we see that these characters are always interconnected to basketball. Right here, the picture of Mac Dre, and he's wearing a jersey. There's so many photos of Mike Epps at basketball games and just really connected to the entire sport, and that's because his newer character is actually a basketball player. So this video was posted and the thumbnail says Mike Epps could have made the NBA, right? And that is sick because his other character actually did. So he's technically in the NBA, but just in a different format, and people, the majority, just think that it's a different character when it's actually not. Same face. And something else I found crazy, this is just like some filler gematria that I found, but I've noticed that everything they do is always connected to them. So he was in Next Friday, and Next Friday just so happened to match with Mike Epps' name with 36 in a Chaldean cipher. So these two characters are identical to each other. So much alike, the most identical, okay? Mike Epps' character is immortal. He comes from this prime minister of Congo, all right? They look identical to each other. His name's Patrice, and they look identical. This is disgusting how they put this in people's face. They don't even really change things. They just change the skin complexion, the weight on the two characters, and it's just at a different era. That's it. And then they're also Mac Dre. That's another character inside of this group. And we see that Kyrie is mixed with Lakeith's character, okay? So all these characters are interconnected to each other, and it's insane how much they all look alike, especially Mike Epps' character. He's the connector character of all of this. He's the glue, I guess you could say, because most of them all look like him, like Patrice, the former prime minister of Congo, Mac Dre, and Kyrie. And that's what's all connecting these characters together to each other, is his character, because he looks like all of them. And we see that Kyrie's also mixed with different characters like Lakeith and many others. His face is just mixed with so many, okay? So yes, guys, Kyrie is a character. A lot of people are just manically obsessed with these fake woke characters for some reason. They think they're telling them something or waking them up. They do not care to wake you up at all. They do that stuff just to gain your worship. Understand that? And so Kyrie and Mike Epps are identical to each other. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys check out Gematria.com. The 2026 numerology calendar is on there, the numerology ebook, twin flame ebook, and if you guys are interested in a phone call with either me, Conscious X, or both of us, make sure you guys book a phone call with us. That's also available on the website. If you get that, you will be sent a link to schedule and basically just answer a few questions of what you want to talk about and stuff, and then we will get to you and talk to you, all right? So if you're interested in booking a call, do not be hesitant to get that. If you're interested in a numerology reading, make sure you guys join the Celestial tier. Private message me. Soon that'll be on the website, so you guys can just like book that, but that's later. But for now, it's on Celestial tier, and you can cancel at any time. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys so much. Until the next time.